Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop and check out what we're doing. I appreciate I appreciate it. Time is important to us. It's scarce. We don't have a whole lot of it, and to take time out, especially in the summertime, to check out what I'm doing over here means a lot to me. If you're subscribed, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, um, well, look, it's free. Someone says that it is free. Uh, I can't remember who says that, but someone says it's free. So, uh, hey, why not? So today I'm gonna bring you up to speed. We're not breaking any world records here at Deep Junk. We're not setting the world on fire, but we'll bring you up to speed and show you what's going on. Alright, guys. First up, our AMT 1960 Chevrolet pickup truck, shop truck build, um, at a snail's pace, but it's coming together. What I wanted to do was to get the chassis together and the suspension and get a ride height, uh, then pick out wheel and tire and modify the height from there. This, as a shop truck for me, would not be something slammed to the ground. I have to be able to use it. I live in Ohio. We have potholes that swallow small cars, so uh, something that is sets down on airbags, I guess, would be okay, but um, it's still a rough ride around here. So a static height that's a little lower, but not, it's got to be able to get in and out of parking lots, and again, it's got to be able to handle some potholes. So this is a stock height where it's at. It's setting up off the table. Um, these are the stock tire, or they're not the tires that come with it. But these are well, I don't even remember what they come off of. At any rate, these are not the stock tires, but I'm just getting an idea. On the bedside here, you see real light. I've got some numbers marked off on here in pencil, and just over the wheel, well, I've marked off some in pencil. The wheel and tire that I want to use is going to be just ever so slightly too large. So I'm going to cut that bedside right along that lip, right where the pencil mark is, and relieve that a little bit, keeping the shape of the wheel opening for the bigger wheel and tire. It's going to stick out just a shade from the truck, not a whole lot, just a shade. That's why I need to get rid of that lip. A shop truck, to me, would not be a tubbed truck. It would have a usable bed. So I've got to refrain from pro-streeting the thing to allow for huge wheel and tire. It's also going to be a street truck, so it's not like we need a set of huge slicks under it. Although for the engine we're putting in, you'd wonder why I wouldn't. The numbers on the side of the bed, I measured up the bedside for decals. Now, I'm going to letter the bedside instead of the door, and I've got those measured up there because I need to get with someone to make some decals for me. I just don't know who or where yet. That's why I've given this build so long till the end of the year, because I know myself. I know I'm going to take a long time doing this, especially now in summertime. I'm outdoors more doing stuff with the car, so that it certainly wouldn't come together quickly. I knew that, and I've trying to think ahead, so I'm measuring the bedside for the decals, and then, like I said, I'll have to find someone to make those for me. The Iceman Collection 632, we've got the bottom end, the short block, and an oil pan mocked up here. We had inside, and it does fit the chassis. It does fit the cross member with the rear sump oil pan so far. So we've got to put cylinder heads on that and get headers mocked up on it to figure out how the exhaust exits the chassis. Then put the transmission on it, look at cross member firewall to make sure that we don't have to relieve the firewall any, which I doubt that we will, but I won't know till for certain until we see it. I can't say. But it's not like we have a distributor in the back of the engine to worry about clearing the firewall, because it's a coil on plug, so there wouldn't be a distributor problem. But as we get it mocked up and get more things in place, then we'll see if there's anything that has to be cut out of the chassis, or a cross member needs to be made. If there's anything we have to do special for accessories, alternator, water pump, cooling fan, space between the radiator and the engine, things of that nature. But that's about where we are with the shop truck at the moment. Our 66 Mustang is in primer. We've got a little mud slung on the body here. In plastic, I just sanded the flat spots, the flat areas, the roof, the deck lid, the hood, tops of the fenders and quarters, the doors. There's a slab side there, the doors inside the body lines there, and getting it as smooth as possible. When we put some primer on it, then we're left with the bodywork needs done right out of the box. Of course, there's two supports in the back under the deck that for the screws on these cars. Of course, they leave little dents, so we've got some mud in there to thin or smooth out. There was a dent on this right front fender right behind the headlight, so we're smoothing that out, get a little mud in there. Once we get that done, then we'll go ahead and prime it again and then block it again, make sure everything is nice and straight, and then we'll have to think about color, which at this time, guys, I don't have one picked out. I've been looking at old Mustang brochures and stuff, cars online, trying to pick out a color that I want something that's factory or close to it from 66, and then that of course will dictate the interior color off of the body color. I'm looking for something that's not dark, real dark, maybe a medium color, light depending on the color, but dark colors, dark blues, blacks, greens, you lose so much detail on these models when you do a real dark color. A black with red interior looks killer, but I'm going to try to pick out something that's a little lighter, maybe an earth tone, a copper, a gold, something of that nature. So engine that we put together, the little 289, that's the 4-barrel, not the K-code high performance version, but the middle of the road 289 there. It was built with another block, some of the parts from this kit, so it's a little bit of a hybrid of 289. Chassis is done. We will be cutting the tailpipes off of this one like the Oldsmobile and make our own. But right now that's where we're at, is getting through the body work and then to pick out a color. And finally today I wanted to show something that I got in the mail. This kit, I guess crickets. I cannot think of what the hell I want to say. So mail call. Shia LaBeouf. Damn. This week in the mail we received the Ford. Son of a biscuit. This week's mail call, we ordered, when we bought it, getting old. This is just blows. Alright, alright, folks, if I can get the words to come out of my mouth, I will tell you about the kit in front of us here. Is an eBay purchase that come in the mail this week. I saw a car at one of our cruisins that inspired me to buy this kit and to build something similar to the car that I saw, and that is a 57 Ford base, it would be the base car, a 300. This kit is a Fairlane, but the car that has inspired me to get the kit is a 300. And I don't know about Ford, so maybe one of you guys can help me out here. Without looking, I believe the Ford 300 was a little shorter than the Fairlane, the base car. At any rate, this kit, the AMT Ford, it's come to us a couple times, different iterations. It has the opening doors, the Thunderbird, I believe it's a Y block that comes in. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it does have a 312 in it. But the car that gave the inspiration, the Ford 300, is a friend of a friend who bought the car from the desert, sunburned paint, no rust, 352 still in it and running. He took it apart, body off the chassis, powder coated the chassis, control arm bushings, the whole works. Sold the car. The guy who bought it installed a 427 side oiler with 2 floors and a modern Tremec 5-speed. Then had some problems, had other projects, sold the car back to our friend Lloyd, who would put it back together, fixed the transmission shifting issues, and is now driving it. Still with the sunburned paint. It has louvers in the hood, and the paint was matched to the aged paint. Torque thrust wheels up front, steel wheels in the back. It's one Ford I can really get behind. It's a really neat car. This kit, when you build as the stock Fairlane, that trim, I don't know what we'll do. Take some trim off the car to make it look more like a 300. But it's, I'll throw pictures of Lloyd's car in here, the owner of the 300, and you'll see what I'm getting at. So that one, not sure when we'll get to it, but that is that coming in the mail, and I just wanted to show you guys. It only took me 10-12 times to get it out of my mouth. Alrighty guys, just a little reminder before we leave today, the shop truck group build going on through the end of the year. Like I said, that was by design for people like me who slack off in the summer. If you are joined, I hope you're having fun. If you haven't joined and would like to, it's still open till the end of the year. It's whatever your 25th scale shop would have as a shop truck. Could be a minivan, station wagon, you name it. An old U-Haul, a school bus. You get the idea. But running through the end of 2022, we do have coming up in July. Like I need another build. I need a hole in the head. But Dylan Thomas is he's going to host the 2022 Pro Street group build. There was a 2021 Pro Street group build. He has a Facebook group page. This goes from July 10th through September 10th, so a couple months there, 3 months to build, and I'm gonna have to get my act together, I guess, because there won't be any slacking like this truck. It's a shop truck thing. So, alrighty, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for listening to me bumble through this, and we will see you next time.